KSW.
Well, hey, normally we don't let anybody in the studio if they want to get a free mention. But when you see this person, how can we not let her in the studio for a free mention?
Jason Mesnick from The Bachelor. How about that?
Free mention for Jason. He's so hot. How can we not let him?
Yeah, you can mention whatever you want.
I think keep on moving the camera.
Look at that.
There we go. By the way, I just want to say, Molly, this is for our benefit. Jason is actually asked to leave the room because he thinks there's only one woman. There's only one woman for him in his life.
Ducking out.
There we go. I think we've taken care of that for you, Jason. I think
we don't want to screw you over.
Disclaimer's out there.
Yeah. We don't need another After the Rose special.
So what's your name?
My name's Candy.
This is Candy. Great name, Candy.
Hi.
Hey, Candy, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
And what are you here for, Candy? You're dressed in a very unusual outfit.
Yes, I'm here to promote the movie Year One with Jack Black.
Oh, sweet. That looks like a great movie.
Yeah, it comes out today. And then I brought a basket for you, and it's the forbidden fruit since it's lightly based off of
Nice.
those themes.
That's
so
awesome.
Lots of chocolate and stuff.
Chocolate-covered pretzels?
And these are leaves, not roses, by the way, right?
Yeah. You're probably safe then.
There you go. Not a problem. Nobody's getting a rose that they shouldn't get. There you go. Oh,
yep,
wow.
It's good.
That worked.
Well, I didn't want to hit the girl over the head, even though that's a typical caveman thing to do, right?
That's true. Michael Cera does that, and he's not very successful, actually, when he tries. It's in theaters today, and it does look great. I'm gonna try to see it today myself, as a matter of fact.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Candy. Give it up for Candy. Come on.
Woo!
Am I the only one giving it up for Candy? Well, I guess nobody else can.
If I start clapping, I'll drop the camera.
Hey, guys, give it up for Candy. Come on, give it up for Candy. Come on. There you go.
All right, our next guest is The Bachelor, and this Saturday he has a cool Father's Day event. And when he was on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy wondered what kind of relationship advice he would have for his son.
Does your son, is he going to get a warped version of what it's like to be a grown-up? Like when a man and a woman love each other very much, they get into a hot tub, and then the man decides whether to give her a rose or not at the end of the episode.
Please welcome to the show, Jason Mesnick.
Wow, I forgot about Jimmy. Is such a cool dude.
That was a fun interview, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's the one guy after I went through everything, he'd send me a text message about a week later saying, like, I got your back, buddy. And that's cool.
So here's what I want to know, Jason. And by the way, we're going to play the audio in case people don't know. Now, a lot of folks that listen to our show, this is a guy's show. So a lot of them, unless they have a women that, you know what, hey, let's watch TV together, and then they find shows they can watch together. And The Bachelor and Bachelorette are shows like that. I don't know how many people who listen who may know what happened. Of course, you are a local guy, so I think that may have also garnered a whole lot of interest around here about the fact that, well, Jason has become infamous because of, well, how he handled the finale, really, of The Bachelor and then after the final rose show, if you will. And here's how this all went down.
I came here to find somebody to spend the rest of my life with. And we're not right for each other.
I don't know what you want me to say when you sit there and say that, because I don't believe you. I mean, I thought things were perfect.
And this, of course, was the girl that you chose. And then
Melissa.
You chose Melissa. That's what we all found out, and then after the final rose show, which is really the live show where we get to see how are things today. Sometime between the ending of the taping of the episodes and the picking of Melissa, and then of course the live show, which is months, after the show wraps up, there's a bunch of months between that or in time. You were like, whoa. You know what? This is not the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. And I think you were very classy with the way you did it. It's still not easy to break that news to anybody. And yet, boy, you really were maligned. And I watched it over and over. I said, I really want to watch this over and over again to see how it went down. I really didn't like Melissa. You loved her during the whole show, but then for some reason at first I thought, God, come on, give the guy a break. But watching it again, I really felt like, I think Melissa handled herself very well, considering that she did basically get rejected. And on national TV in front of everybody, which women, if you watch the Sex and the City movie, women just don't like to be humiliated in front of a bunch of people. They just don't. Guys, we sort of roll with it. We're used to being humiliated and having to deal with it. I think both of you handled it well, yet, God, there was a lot of hatred towards you, Jason, and I don't think it was justified.
I don't know. People are entitled to feel however they want, but Melissa and I did break up before the show. There were some certain things that had to happen on the show because they asked us to do it and for certain reasons. But you know what? I wouldn't have wanted to be in her shoes. it just happened. If I could go back and do it again, I would not have shown up on the set. But it's over. She moved on to bigger and better things, and I think I just heard that she landed a gig on GMA, and that's great for her.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't see her on The Bachelor, but I remember watching her on Dancing with the Stars, and I remember thinking, what was he thinking? Oh, my God, she looks fantastic. But, I mean, of course, you're just seeing her in the dancing show. You're not seeing her on a day-to-day basis.
And we dated for a couple months after the show, and it just, and she'll admit it now more than anything, we just weren't right for each other. And I think what people typically do is the show ends and they break up secretly and nobody ever hears about it. And now that I did something that happens to everybody in real life, and I ended up breaking up with somebody, even though we had already done it on the air, it was hard to see. And I think a lot of people have been through that breakup before, and they looked at me saying, you know what, I've been there before, and it's your fault now, buddy.
So this is interesting, though, Jason. So you guys, before that, after the Final Rose episode, the live episode, you guys kind of felt like this just isn't going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, the last conversation we had, it was a couple days before that, and I just said, like, are you going to even wear the ring out there? And she said, no, why would I? And I mean, my guess is, she's a great girl. I would never say anything bad about her ever in my entire life. She's very, very sweet. Although in my own world, I think that ABC had a master plan for her from ABC's to GMA. From Dancing with the Stars to GMA.
Of course, yeah.
They know that if somebody people felt sorry for me on The Bachelorette, right. Mm-hmm. So let's put this guy as the Bachelor, right? So let's say, wait a second,
it's a great storyline.
People feel more sorry for Melissa than they felt for Jason. So maybe we can get her on Dancing with Stars, money.
Oh, sure.
And then GMA, even more money. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to realize that, and that has nothing to do with her. It has to do with them using anybody who goes on the show.
Yeah, and I guess in a way, isn't that really what it's all about? I mean, look, if you find true love on a show like that, which is possible. I mean, it's possible. It's sort of like, to me, I look at it like it's like speed dating. Who wouldn't do it? Because as the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, you get exposed to, 25 or so people. And, you get speed dated a little bit. And then, of course, you get to go on all these dates and have a good time, see what's up. And who knows, maybe you can find somebody where you go, wow, which I don't know if Molly, which ended up being the girl you said, look, Melissa, I got to go with Molly. I think Molly might have been the one for me to go with. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if you're still with Molly. I have no idea because I haven't been keeping up, or I don't know if you've been sharing. How is it? Because usually the record is the guy never stays with whoever he picks, no matter who it is.
Yeah, it's funny because Molly and I are probably the most controversial couple the show has ever had, and we couldn't be happier. She's out here all the time. She will move out here eventually.
That's pretty amazing.
She's coming out tomorrow. She's coming out tonight. She'll be there at the Fun-athlon.
Oh, nice.
She's out here. Yeah, she's out here all the time. So if people want to come out and meet Molly, it's going to be a blast.
How insane is that? Because I mean, let's be honest, and Jimmy Kimmel talked about it. None of the Bachelors have stayed with the women they picked. And how funny was it that during that interview he's saying that to you, and you already probably had inklings like, ooh, you know what, it probably isn't going to work.
Yeah, and that's why I tried to be as honest as I could. And I'll tell you, anybody in real life knows that the easy thing isn't the thing, the way you always have to go. If you're honest like that, you're going to get slapped sometimes, no matter where you're at. If you do something hard at work, you do something hard in your personal life, if you have to punish your kid, you get backlash, no matter what it is. If I punish my son Ty at 4, he doesn't like it, but it's the right thing to do sometimes.
The BJ Shea Morning Experience on 99.9 KISW.